beautiful people. My name is Felicity and I help people awaken and expand their consciousness. Today we're going to talk about the topic of awareness. Awareness, consciousness, mindfulness are words that we hear a lot in the spiritual community and personal growth spaces. So today we will discuss awareness, what it is, why it's important to become aware, how to practice awareness and the benefits of doing so. Now let's first have a look at the definition of awareness. Awareness is the quality of being aware. It is having the knowledge and understanding that something is happening right now or that it exists. So awareness involves looking at something or acknowledging something instead of, avoiding it. Awareness is a state of being conscious or being present with your thoughts, with your feelings and your body sensations, as opposed to sleepwalking through your life or being oblivious that something is happening within yourself and your environment, okay? So why is it important to become aware? Awareness is a necessary practice for healing of past traumas, of wounds, painful memories, and very heavy emotions within ourselves. You cannot begin to heal anything that you are unwilling to look at. So just by acknowledging that you have a problem or a challenge or facing it and looking at it automatically instigates the process of healing. However, many people would rather numb their pain, whether it's anxiety or depression or happiness or sadness, whatever it may be. Many people would rather not look at their pain because doing so, it feels like it might annihilate them. But instead, they would rather just numb their pain using alcohol, drugs, food, social media, for that dopamine, or watching TV, spending hours and hours working just to avoid feeling what needs to be felt inside of ourselves. Secondly, awareness opens up windows and doors for, the process of transformation. Like I said, we cannot transform anything that we are unwilling to deeply and closely look at, whether it's our relationships or our jobs or our health or the sadness or depression that we feel. We have to first admit that something is not working, because denialism will keep us stuck in the same energy loops, and we will repeat the same things over and over again. The third and most important thing is that awareness ignites spiritual awakening, which is really coming back to who we really are at the core of our being as humanity, instead of what society tells us that we are. When we awaken spiritually, we begin to heal and embody a whole new reality. We begin to see our life in a whole new light. When you awaken, you feel called to uncover the whole, true meaning of your life purpose. You begin to piece things together and make sense of a lot of things in your life. You start aligning your life with a new purpose, and, you might even abandon your old life. So when you awaken spiritually, you start questioning your reality, what you were taught and told by your parents, the society. You start questioning your, belief systems, your thoughts, your behaviors, your patterns. You come to the realization that you are a spirit, a soul incarnated in a human body, and that your purpose is much larger than, being an accountant or a lawyer or whatever you may be. So having realized that you are much larger than your body and your mind, you begin to intentionally choose to align, your energy, your thoughts, your creations with the blueprint of your soul. Once your soul is ignited in this way, there is no going back. You begin to rapidly heal, evolve, and grow and become a whole new being. So how do we practice awareness? You have to start by becoming intentional about it, Make it a habit to become the observer of your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, your patterns, your actions. Just become the silent observer of that. But I have to warn you, though, that at first it might become very uncomfortable to do so, because it will mean allowing all of your feelings to be there, even those you do not necessarily want to feel, like anger or sadness or whatever difficult thoughts and emotions you may be experiencing at the moment. Just allow them to take up space. Even your unconscious actions, like you may shout at your child or your colleague, observe yourself doing such things as overeating, grabbing that drink or chocolate just to distract yourself when you feel uncomfortable. It is very helpful, however, that when you do so, try by all means not to judge yourself. Do not judge your thoughts, your feelings. Just be the observer of your thoughts. just like you are observing the antics of a child, and avoid feeling shame or guilt and all those heavy emotions that come sometimes when we feel uncomfortable about what we are doing or what we are observing within ourselves. Like I know and understand from my own experiences with this that it is even more challenging to observe our internal pain, our internal conflict, painful memories and feelings and emotions. We almost always want to run away from how we feel. So I challenge you to stay with the pain, feel it as if you have invited it. It will not kill you. As our monkey minds, have us believe or think that this pain will annihilate us, but we are much, much stronger than that. So what happens when you start paying attention? Another very important and beautiful thing begins to happen when you start practicing awareness, when you start being the conscious observer of your thoughts. It's the process of transmutation. You begin to heal those difficult feelings and emotions and energies inside of you when you start observing yourself. Even the patterns like habits and actions that you normally do unconsciously will start dissolving. So that unconscious act will begin to cease, and you will do it less and less every time you observe yourself doing it. Why is that? Because the truth is that these negative patterns cannot withstand our awareness of them. Once you start beginning to become aware, they will loosen their grip on you. So the more you observe yourself, you will realize that you don't get triggered as much as you used to get triggered. The truth is that this transmutation or the dissolution of your pain will require consistent practice. Most of our patterns and habits were acquired over a long period of time. It may have taken many years for us to develop the patterns that we have developed, and it's not going to be a small feat to try and heal or dissolve those things. And also, some of our pain is a result of deep-seated trauma, and it will require sustained periods of consciousness and observation without judgment. It will require your patience, patience with yourself, and constantly forgiving yourself, because you will catch yourself repeating the same patterns over and over and over again. But nonetheless, the process has started, and there is no going back once you start becoming aware of your thoughts, your feelings, and your emotions. I must say that it is important to seek help, from mindfulness coaches, and to take baby steps. Also practice mindful meditations. Some of my favorite meditations are like simple body scan meditations, that anchor you in the present moment. So paying attention to the present moment is where you begin to dissolve your pain. There are so many free teachings and meditations on YouTube that you can grab. Finally, what are the benefits of becoming aware or raising your level of consciousness or your levels of awareness? Firstly, we stop sleepwalking through our lives, and we become conscious creators and participators, meaning that we become more intentional and more purposeful with our thoughts and with our actions. Awareness transforms aspects of our lives that need to change, that need to heal and grow and evolve. It gives us the power to influence the outcomes of our lives instead of being passive all the time, and we can become proactive instead of just letting things happen through us, or things just automatically living on autopilot. So awareness helps us to stop living on autopilot and just live our lives in a more intentional manner. Awareness gives us the power to influence positive outcomes in our lives instead of being passive, like I said, thereby becoming more proactive instead of being reactive. It helps us to gain a deeper understanding of ourselves, our internal state of affairs, and as well as our external state of affairs. Awareness helps us manage our stress and build, better relationships. We begin to heal from toxic traits, and we can release everything that is holding us back from being in our power. And lastly, awareness helps us to discover the meaning of our lives and align with our higher purpose, thereby giving us a sense of purpose and fulfillment in our lives. So it is very, very important to become aware, to become conscious observers of ourselves, of our internal processes, of our thoughts, our beliefs, because once we start becoming aware, we begin the process of transformation. We begin to transform those thoughts. We begin to transform how we feel, and a more better sense of peace within ourselves, a sense of contentment, a sense of joy will arise within ourselves once we start practicing the process of awareness. So I hope that was helpful. I will see you again next time.